So here's what happened. The sky pretty much just opened up with rain coming down in buckets over the weekend. We're talking about one of the hardest hit areas, of course, Kelly's Island.
Kelly's Island.
They were pounded with more than a foot of rain in 24 hours.
12 to 16 inches of rain, folks. We have some video here sent in by Ed Novak from the island. This is last night. Wow. This is water falling into Lake Erie from the island itself, folks. Now, what we had is basically a little stalled out area of low pressure right over the western basin of Lake Erie. So thunderstorms formed and they didn't move. They stayed in the same spot for hours and hours and hours at a time. And again, you can see the land and it's flowing into the water into Lake Erie. It's crazy.
Is that unusual
Yes.
to stall for how long?
It could stall anywhere. I mean, you have these events, several times a year in different parts of the country. We had an area of low pressure and it just didn't want to move.
Okay.
It wasn't a very strong one, so any thunderstorm that formed along it, and the same is happening today. In Toledo, the Toledo area has received 6 to 8 inches of rain just today because that low pressure just was sitting there, spinning, thunderstorms forming around it, and just hanging out in the same spot. Now it's beginning to move, and that's the good news.
Okay.
But if it doesn't move, over the course of 18 hours, 12 to 16 inches of rain. And the island of Kelly's Island doesn't have great drainage in some spots, and they don't have a lot of infrastructure to handle water like that because they don't get water like that. I want to show you a little map here. Got a little graphic.
Oh
now,
my gosh.
You can see where the rainfall just kind of sat all day yesterday and all day this morning. Look near Toledo. See those oranges and reds there? It's on the left-hand side of your screen. That's their rainfall from today, so they have flood warnings out. But right in the center of your screen is that big old blob of pink. That's Kelly's Island. You can see it right in there. And luckily for Kelly's Island, just offshore to the east, there was more than 22 inches of rainfall. Luckily, it fell over walleye and perch. It fell over water. If that would have shifted, let's say 10 miles further to the west, Kelly's Island would have had almost 2 feet of rain in 24 hours. That would have been devastating to the infrastructure there. Luckily, it's flat and the water drains pretty quickly, as you saw, but terrible.
But so where is that going now? That's staying north of us?
That system, that's kind of faded away, so there's no longer that rainfall around Kelly's, but now we're seeing the low pressure. It's beginning to shift off to the east. So we've seen some heavier rains in Lake County, Geauga County, now Trumbull, Mahoney counties. They're getting the heavy rain. But again, the system is beginning to move now, so that's good news.
Thank goodness.
Absolutely.
All right. Mark Johnson,
Thank you.
meteorologist, thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
All right.